At the bottom of the freezing Atlantic lies a museum of broken dreams. Today, we look beyond the massive steel hull and search the mud for the deeply personal belongings frozen in time since 1912. Before we uncover these tragic relics, please subscribe to Sunken Inside. Let's descend into the silent graveyard. Leather survives where iron rots. A burst steamer trunk spills its secrets onto the seabed. These are not grand treasures of gold, but everyday items, the quietest, most heartbreaking reminders of the lives that were abruptly stopped. But some belongings never made it to the ocean floor. Some were held onto until the very last breath. As we enter a collapsed cabin in the Torm's stern section, the light reveals a haunting truth. Someone stayed behind, refusing to leave their most precious items. We leave the stern and glide towards what was once the ship's mailroom. Deep under the immense pressure, paper usually disintegrates, but encased in thick leather bags and buried in anaerobic mud, fragments of lost words and forgotten faces incredibly survive the abyss. We enter a first-class private washroom. Here, crystal and silver stand untouched by the rust that consumes the iron. But this place of luxury is also a tomb. Amidst the vanity items, the brutal reality of that freezing night reveals itself once again. Deep in the cabins, we find the most eerie reminders of the passengers. Wool and leather undergo a strange preservation process in the deep sea. These hanging coats aren't just fabric. They are the ghostly shapes of the people who once wore them, frozen in their final closet. We descend deeper, towards the areas where the crowds gathered in the final moments. Here we find the most horrifying testament to the scale of the tragedy. Not just one or two pairs, but hundreds. A sea of shoes, marking where multitudes stood together at the end. Among the wreckage, silence reigns, yet we find instruments of sound. A violin case, sealed tight, perhaps holding the final notes played as the ship went down. A reminder of the beauty lost to the freezing Atlantic. These belongings, shoes, letters, toys, are more than artifacts. They are tombstones, each one a silent witness to a life cut short. The deep sea preserves them, guarding the memories of those who rest here. We leave them now to their eternal peace. The Titanic is not just a ship, it is a sacred place. Thank you for joining us on this difficult journey into the past. This is Sunken in Song.